Good morning, students. Yes- Yesterday, I had gone through the lesson, The Kite Maker. In today's class, I am going to complete the total lesson. Okay, so yesterday, I had completed till here. So, till this paragraph, yesterday I had completed. So, in today's class, I am going to discuss about the remaining lesson. So, here, what happened? Look at here. But the old man remembered a time when grown men flew kites and great battles were fought. The kites soaring and swooping in the sky, tangling with each other until the string of one was severed. That the defeated but liberated kite would float away into the blue unknown. There was a good deal of betting, and money frequently changed hands. So, yesterday what we had learned, Mahmoud, he was an old man. Just he is here, he is recalling his old days, that is his past days. So he is saying that he was saying that in those days people used to fly kites a lot, used to love to make kites. So, but nowadays, because of these industrial revolutions, so what happened because of this? See, look at here. The city had swallowed up the open grasslands that had stretched from the old fort's wall into the river bank. So, because of this city life, because of this apartment life, the open grasslands that had stretched, yes, right now, no open spaces to fly kites in the air. So what he was saying that he remembered that when grown men flew kites, what is that? Young men. In those days, young men used to fly kites and even used to have a great battles. So what is that? Betting. Betting bat. It's a betting. So kite betting. The kite soaring and swooping. What is the meaning of this? Changing direction. So you people know. Yes, you guys know. What is that? So kite changes its direction. And swooping in the sky. What is that? What is the meaning of this? Moving rapidly downwards. Okay. And tangling. What is that? Twisting with each other. So two kites. Look at here. So tangling with each other until the string of one was severed. What is that? Having been cut. So, at the time of battle, two kites, what is that? Manjas of two kites, they are going to be twisted with each other. Yes? Until the string of one was severed. Until the one which is whose manja, that a kite manja, having been cut because of this fighting. Kites fighting because of a battle between two kites. So what happened? The liberated kite, the liberated kite would float away into the blue unknown. What is the meaning of that blue unknown? That is into the sky. So the liberated kite would float away into the sky. Okay? Because they had a great battle between two kites. There was a good deal of betting, and money frequently changed hands. So during those days, they used to have kite betting, and and they used to change the money frequently from hands to hands. So nowadays, in those days, it is used to be common, but nowadays, no one cares about this such type of bettings. Nowadays, movie betting, cricket betting, play cards. So such type of bettings. Yes, we are coming across these words. But in those days, kite bettings were very common. Look at here. See, kite flying was then the sport of kings. And the old man remembered how the Nawab himself would come down to the riverside with his retinue to participate in this noble pastime. So, in the starting class already I taught you that the kite flying, just it's a game, it's a sport of kings. Yes. So this old man, who is that Mahmud, just he remembered how the Nawab himself would come down to the riverside. So in those days, in the Nawab period, this Nawab used to come down to watch this, what is that, kite flying. Yes, with his troop. There was a time then to spend an idle hour with a gay, dancing strip of paper. So what is the meaning of gay here? Cheerful. So those days to spend an idle hour. So there used to be some idle hours. Used to have an idle hours. So with a gay. So with very cheerful. They used to dance. Just they used to spend their time on this, yes, kite betting and this flying of kites in the air. Now everyone hurried. So right now, so this is industrial revolution. Because of that, now everyone hurried in a heat of hope. Yes, and delicate things like kites and daydreams were trampled underfoot. So nowadays, what happened? So people are rushing like anything. They are very hurried. Yes, but the delicate things like kites and daydreams were trampled. What is the meaning of that? Crushed. So nowadays nobody are very much fascinated or very much interested towards these such type of games. Kite flying. Yes, because of the hurry-burry life. So now everything changed. Technology changed. So even the games, the sports, even they changed. Importance of the sports, even they changed because of this industrial revolution. So everything was crushed. Okay, that is the meaning of trampled. Next, coming to next paragraph. What is here? Look at here. He, Mahmud, the kite maker, had in the prime of his life been well known throughout the city. Some of his more elaborate kites once sold for as much as 3 or 4 rupees each. See, look at here. So Mahmud, in those days, he was very well-known person throughout the city. And his kites, so what's the cost of his kites? As much as 3 or 4 rupees each kite. So here, saying the cost of each kite. Now, coming to the next paragraph. At the request of the Nawab, he had once made a very special kind of kite, unlike any that had been seen in the district. Yes, so for Nawab, he had made a kite. It's a special kind of kite. So, no one seen such type of kite in the district. So, he is the one who had made such type of special kind of kite. It consisted of a series of small, very little light paper discs trailing on a thin bamboo frame. What is the meaning of trailing? Draw. To the end of each disc, he fixed a sprig of grass, forming a balance on both sides. You people know the kite. So the structure of kite, yes, the kite, image of kite. It's a robust. Yes. Okay. So here, he fixed a sprig of grass, forming a balance on both sides. This is going to balance the both sides. The surface of the foremost disc was slightly convex. So the surface is slightly used to be convex, and a fantastic face was painted. That is, the front side or fantastic side was painted on it, having two eyes made of small mirrors. So two eyes made of mirrors. So everybody or they are aware of this. What is the kite? The desk, the shape of kite. Everybody knows that. The desk decreasing in the size from head to tail, assumed an undulatory form and gave the kite the appearance of crawling serpent. So the kites, it is going to appear as a crawling serpent. What is that? It's a snake, crawling serpent. It required great skill to raise the cumbersome device, that is, it's a heavy device, from the ground. So here the author is saying that it requires great skill to raise such type of heavy device from the ground. So he is saying that the kite is that much heavy thing. So it should be a skillful person he only can raise this type of device from the ground. And only Mahmud could manage it. So he's a person who is that Mahmud. So he could manage such things. So he's a great skillful person. Everyone had heard of the dragon kite that Mahmud had built, and word went around that it possessed supernatural powers. Dragon kite. Next kite is dragon kite. Yes, Mahmud had made such type of kite. It's like it possessed a supernatural powers. Look at here. A large crowd assembled in the open to watch its first public launching in the presence of Nawab. Look at here. So, cinema launching, movie launching, yes. So, in those days, kite launching. Yes, what is that kite? Dragon kite. So, even Nawab, in the presence of Nawab. So, in the open place. Yes, it's a first public launching in the presence of the Nawab. So, what is that kite? Dragon kite. So, Mahmud, yes, he had made this dragon kite and he launched in the presence of Nawab. A large crowd assembled. Yes, like a movie launching, like a audio function of movie. Yes, nowadays it's like that. At the first attempt, it refused to leave the ground. The desk made of plaintive, protesting sound, and the sun was trapped in the little mirrors. Yes, because it's a little mirror. Sun was trapped, making of the kite a living, complaining creature. Yes, the kite looks as if it has some life. Yes, it's that much clear, that much lively. Okay. Then the wind came from the right direction, and the dragon kite soared into the sky, wriggling its way higher and higher, the sun still glinting in its devil suns had to help him with the rail. Look at here. Egg sun. What is this egg suns? Once again, I'll read it out. Glinting in its devil eyes. So, the sun rays still in the, what is this? What are these devil eyes? That is, eyes are mirror. They are made up of mirrors. Okay. So, look at here. Still the sun rays are trapped in the little mirrors. And when it went very high, it pulled fiercely on the twin. And Mahmud's egg sons had to help him with the rail. What is twin? You know what is twin. So this is a kite. If it's a kite, 1 second, I'll show. 1 second. So this is a kite. So they are going to have, yes, they have to going to, yes, some holes. They have to going to insert some something, pen or pencils or something, and they are going to make some holes, and they are going to, yes, keep some, what is that, string, that is thread. Okay. they used to tie these strings, and at last they used to tie with this, what is that, manja. Yes, especially boys knows what is that twin. Twin is, what is that? It's a string. So with pen or with pencil or some needle, they are going to, yes, insert, yes, they are going to insert a thread. So by making holes. Yes, got it. I think you people understood. Next. So Mahmud's young sons had to help him with the rail. So that is cherka. They used to catch that. Still the kite pulled, determined to be free, to break loose, to live a life of its own. Yes, it's a free bird right now. And eventually it did so. The twin snapped, the kite leaped. What is that? Moved quickly and suddenly away toward the sun, sailing on heavenward until it was lost to view. Yes, now it's sailing towards, yes, to the heaven side. So the kite leaped away toward the sun. Yes, it moves towards the sun. That is, moved quickly. Suddenly it moved quickly. It was never found again, and Mahmud wondered afterwards if he made too vivid, too living a thing of the great kite. That kite is too vivid. It's too clear. It's like a lively. So so he was very much surprised. He was wondered. He did not make another kite like it. Instead, he presented to the Nawab a musical instead of these. Actually, he had made this dragon kite, but he did not. Yes, he was wondered, and he did not make such type kite again. So he presented the Nawab a musical kite, one that made a sound like violin when it rose in the air. When it used to fly in the air, when it rose in the air, it used to have a sound. It used to make a sound like a violin. Yes, he presented this. What is that? Mahmud presents such type of a musical kite to the Nawab in those days, in his time. Now let me read it out. Next paragraph. Those were more leisurely, more spacious days. But the Nawab had died years ago. Yes, and his descendants were almost as poor as Muhammad himself. So his next generation, Nawab's next generation, they were almost as poor as Muhammad himself. Now Nawab had died, and his next generation people, that generation people, descendants were almost poor like Muhammad. Kite makers, like poets, once had their patrons, but no one knew Mahmud, simply because there was too many people in the gully and they could not be bothered with their neighbors. Now everything changed. Yes, because of this industrial revolution, everything got changed. Okay, now in the gully, the people, yes, public, yes, there were too many public in the gully. When Mahmud was younger and had fallen sick, everyone in the neighborhood had come to ask after his health. But now, when his days were drawing to a close, what is the meaning of that? So he's going to die. So his days were drawing to a close. That is coming towards the death. Yes. So when he was younger, people used to, when he had fallen sick, people used to, yes, the neighbors used to come and they used to ask about his health condition, etc., etc. But nowadays, nobody caring, even they are not caring Mahmud. Most of his old friends were dead. Yes, Mahmud's old friends were dead. And his sons had grown up. Yes. One was working in a local garage and the other, who was in Pakistan at the time of partition, had not been able to rejoin his relatives. Yes, here the author is saying about Mahmud's family. His old friends were dead, and even his sons had grown up. Okay, now his one son is working in local garage, and other he is he is the right now he was in the Pakistan. Next, that is now coming to the next paragraph. The children who had bought kites from him 10 years ago were now grown up. That is grown man. The children who had bought kites from him 10 years ago, now they are grown up men, struggling for a living. These men, they are struggling for a living. They did not have time for the old man and his memories. So right now these people actually 10 years back they were kids and used to bought kites from this old man, but because nowadays and after 10 years when they grown up when they are grown up, now they are men. So right now they are men because of their busy life, even they don't have time to meet this old man. They had grown up in a swiftly changing and competitive world, and they looked at the old kite maker and the banyan tree with the same indifference. Yes. So what here the author is saying that the people, yes, right now the men. So when they were in childhood, they used to have this kite flying, but now they were enough. Yes, now they became men. Yes, they had grown up. So because of their busy life, even they are not showing interest to, because of that they are not showing interest to talk to old man or to care old man. Because of this competitive world, they became very busy. And here the author is saying that he compared the kite maker and the banyan tree. Yes, old banyan tree, and he's a kite maker also. Now he's an old man. So there is no difference. So because no one caring this kite maker. In those days, everybody used to care, but right now, because of busy life, because of competitive world, everything changed. So nothing. Both were taken for granted. Permanent fixtures that were of no concern to the rigorous, sweating mass of humanity that surrounded them. No longer did people gather under the banyan tree to discuss their problems or their plans. Only in the summer months did a few seek shelter from the fierce sun. So here, look at here. In those days, under banyan tree, the people used to sit and they used to have the chit chatting, etc., etc. But now, right now, they are very busy. Only few they are taking shelter. Just they are sitting under these. What is that banyan tree? Just for shelter purpose. That's it. So their days were past. Now this kite maker, he became old. Yes, everybody changed. So here the author compared the kite maker with an old banyan tree. Yes. But there was a boy, his grandson. It was good that Mahmud's son worked close by, for it gladdened the old man's heart to watch the small boy at play in the winter sunshine, growing under his eyes like a young and well-nourished sapling, putting forth new leaves each day. Yes, here the author is describing about this. What is this Ali? That is Mahmud's grandson Ali. So right now only Ali is with this. Mahmud, old man. There is a great affinity between trees and man. We grow at much the same pace. If we are not hurt or starved or cut down. In our youth, we are resplendent creatures, and in our decline years, we stoop a little. We remember. We stretch our brittle limbs in the sun, and then, with a sigh, we shed our last leaves. So here He's saying that we human creatures. So in our young age, we resplendid creatures, splendid creatures. Yes, we used to be very happy. We are just at that time young and youth, young blood. Yes, everything cheerful life. But as days declining, yes, at the old age, so everything is going to be declared.